I think we're live. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to our Call of Cthulhu session for tonight. Well, first off, welcome to Taletell Hearts. We are doing charity stream for their BIPOC Star Wars weekend, and we are grateful for you guys being able to watch us as we're playing for the evening time. Just a reminder, we are raising money for the Marsha P. Johnson Institute, so please, by all means, if you can, give a little donation here and there. We'll also have in the chat what some of your donations can be to be able to help the players, hinder me as the GM throughout the entire session, but it's all going for a good cause. But yeah, what we'll do is, if there's nothing else, I think we'll go ahead and get started. We'll do a quick introduction with all of our players, and then we'll come back to me and kick things off. So I'll go ahead and start this off with Mark. Tell us who you are.
Hey, what's good, everybody? Hope y'all can hear me and see me. It's your 41-year-old non-binary boy, Mark J. I'm happy to be here representing Apocalyptic Unlimited, and shout out to this amazing BIPOC Star Wars weekend. Do I want to tell me my character or just who I am as a human being?
Just go with who you are as the player first. We'll get into characters here in a little bit.
All right, I'm great. Next.
Nick, if you don't mind, please.
Hey, I'm Nick. I'm here repping the Seminole Nation. And I'm just this is my first Star Wars weekend. I'm so excited to be here. Very honored to be able to participate and be with such cool people who I've just admired from a distance for so long. So I'm very, very excited and honored to be here.
Awesome. Kristen, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so hi everybody, my name is Kristen. This is also my first BIPOC Star Wars weekend, so I'm excited. But definitely excited to play this campaign. I love Call of Cthulhu, and yeah.
Awesome. And then Chris, finish us off, my friend.
Hello, what have we here? My name is Chris, aka Star Wars Lawyer. I'm excited to do some TTRPG, some Call of Cthulhu with some very awesome creators, and this is going to be a good time. Thanks for having me.
And of course, I am your lore keeper for this evening. My name is GM Justin. You can find me on all of my socials at Forever GM Justin. You can also find me over at Roll D5, where we specialize in playing indie TTRPGs. With that being said, this evening's tale is going to be one of a tragic horror. I know my players' lines and veils, and will respect those at all times. But in the event that something does pop up, for us, we have, as I mentioned, we have tools in place, so that way, if we need to, we can go ahead and take a break and then come back to the session as need to. But unfortunately, I don't know you as the viewers of Alliance and Veil, so if anything does get to be a little too much, go ahead, take a break, and then come back later, either later on in the session or back on the VOD to see how the rest of the session played out. So make sure you take care of yourselves. Much love and appreciation for you all. And with that, let us begin. A quote from H.P. Lovecraft's The Call of Cthulhu and Other Weird Stories. The sciences, each straining in its own direction, have harmed us little, but someday the piecing together of this disassociated knowledge will open up such terrifying vistas of reality and of our frightful position therein that we shall either go mad from the revelation or flee from the deadly light into the peace and safety of a new dark age. We find our players as they had just come back from an extraction mission where they pulled a imperial scientist out, were able to deliver him back safely into rebel hands. We zoom in as we're traveling through space, and on this vessel, as the camera kind of pans through and into the ship, in the same order that the players had introduced themselves, we'll begin the introductions of their characters. So, Mark, if you don't mind, please tell us the name of your character, what they look like, and what would they be doing at this particular moment. You're muted, by the way.
There we go. How about that? My character is Iskri, a Force user. Black guy wearing dark brown robes. I think I am basically counting my credits, thinking about who I'm going to pay off with the money I just got. I got a couple debts, and I got a couple people that want my money. I'm thinking about who I need to kill, and maybe who I need to actually pay back.
Fantastic. As you're counting the credits, and just kind of going everything off the top of your, as you're going through everything, is there somebody that you keep in contact with, either just in your personal life or in relation to like some of your debts or anything of that nature?
I do have a lightsaber. I never told anybody. I've never used it in public anyway. But I keep it on my side. Keep the thing on me, as always.
Okay, cool. As the camera takes a look through, and as you are doing everything you had mentioned, if you can, you're going to give us our first roll of the session.
Oh, damn.
Give us a quick sanity check.
I forget for Call of Cthulhu. What did I roll?
You'll use a percentile die or a D100.
Okay. This is the one thing I didn't have ready. Pardon me. Okay, I rolled a 32.
Okay. Sounds like that's a success.
I think it is. Yeah, it's way same.
Cool. As this is going on, your attunement to the Force has been very much self-taught, from the abilities that you have to even ever so when you get the chance to train with the lightsaber. Things are not as polished as what you've heard before when the Jedi Order was around. But as you're counting the credits and you're just in your groove, you suddenly have these quick flashes. One of a Imperial dreadnought, a hallway, quiet, dark, with the emergency lights on. and then a vision of you with someone's running with sounds of others chasing after you. And then you come right back.
I wake up and I find my hand on my blaster for reasons. And I take a deep breath, try to sit to myself. I'm like, I don't know, this is exactly what I'm trying to avoid. And I'm gonna go see what everybody else is up to.
Okay. Nick, your character, could you give us an introduction as to who they are, what they look like, and what they be doing at the moment?
Yeah, so I'm Thule. I'm a Deveronian with kind of dark, ashy blue skin and blue eyes. And my horn, I have tiny, like smaller horns on the top of the forehead with a pair of smaller ones that look more like just bumps to the side. So it almost gives it the appearance of like a crown of horns. Long, kind of unkempt black hair that looks like it hasn't seen a comb in a long time. I'm just too busy for that. And I'm wearing mostly black clothes, but then a white coat over. And I'm an early to rise kind of individual, and I'm just perusing my notes, thinking about what I could possibly find wherever we're going.
Okay. Well, as you're kind of perusing through your notes, you're taking a look at some of your stuff. I will say that the Imperial scientist that you guys had picked up, giving you a little bit of notes here and there, just of like some of what the Empire is doing as far as like being able to heal up their troopers, some of the procedures, some of the things that they're experimenting with to be able to provide with that assistance. It's something that's not really it makes sense, but it's not really that really stands out. Like, okay, cool, they're going along with this. They're going along with this. But that's some of the notes that you have gotten through from the doctor himself. Not too far off, though. You will. Besides studying, I guess I'll pose the same question to you: is there anybody or any person? Is there anybody with either in a professional manner or in a personal manner that your character keeps up with that they may reach out and communicate with, especially during this little bit of downtime?
I definitely keep in contact with the doctors that I have studied or worked with. People who have shared my profession, who I think are going places, who I think will make excellent discoveries to add to my knowledge base. In particular, a teacher that I had when I was learning how to be a doctor, who basically encouraged me to become one, saw that I had the drive and the intelligence necessary, and kind of instilled in me this almost obsession with wanting to get better and better in the field of medicine.
Okay. Would there be any correspondence with them at this moment?
I feel like I'm probably updating them. We've worked on a couple maybe projects in the past, research projects in the past, and I think I would be corresponding with them in terms of giving them updates of where I'm at or things that I've discovered, or sending samples back and forth.
Okay. As you're having this this level of correspondence, it's not you hear walking by. What is it? Mark's character.
Iskry.
I'm sorry.
Iskry.
Iskry walking by. Iskry, you will see as Dule is in there doing their correspondence, and they would be the first person you would run into.
Hey, Tule, what are you getting up to?
Oh, well, just kind of going over the notes from all of the things that I've collected and some knowledge from this doctor here. I kind of gesture my head over to this Imperial doctor that we got out. Some interesting things, but nothing to blow your mind just yet. We'll get there.
Anything exciting? Anything fun? Anything valuable?
Well, just some basic things about healing and getting people battle ready. Nothing that I think is any different from what we in the profession already know. But who knows? I haven't quite finished getting all of this collected together, so there could be something a little further down the line.
Well, can't you
What
just,
about you? What are you doing?
I'm checking on you. Can't you just like spice up the report a little bit, make it sound like we really got a winner here? You know what I mean? If we come back and report that we got this guy and he doesn't know as much as he thinks he does, or unless he's lying and not telling you.
You want me to lie?
No, spice. Spice, you know what I mean? It's still
Spice is illegal.
in small amounts. It's recreational.
You're asking me to do something. I could get in big trouble for that if I'm not truthful on this.
We're rebels. What more trouble can we get in?
Yeah, now that you put it that way. Damn it, I hate that you're always right.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying it could be more valuable if we, give it a little extra, little something.
Okay,
A little something.
because for you, so that you can get paid, since that's what you care about, and not the honesty of science. I'll tell you what. I will phrase it in a way that makes it sound incredible.
At least credible, incredible, credible, whatever. Just you got the point.
Don't know what you want from me. Okay, it'll be credible, but with a little bit of spice, as you put it.
Yeah. Otherwise, this science stuff is just over my head. You seen the rest of the crew? What are they up to?
Oh, I have no idea. I guess we should figure that out.
Okay. As the camera kind of pulls back from you two, we'll bring it over to Kristen. If you don't mind, please. Tell us, what's your character's name, what do they look like, and what are they up to at the moment?
Sure. So my character's name is Tassari Vale, and she is a tall, brown-skinned human woman with purple hair. She is wearing an ivory kind of pantsuit, kind of like a corporate-looking pantsuit, and she is currently fumbling through a book of symbols that she's trying to decode and has been trying to decode for some time. So every time she gets a spare moment, she's kind of looking to see if she can read this document.
Okay. I pose the same question to you for your character. Do they have somebody, either professionally or personally, that they would be possibly corresponding with during this moment of downtime that we find you guys in?
She has a thing that she corresponds with regularly. A piece of, I guess you could call it like a droid, like a piece of machinery that she communicates with. She calls it pitch.
Okay.
And I would say that it's more, it is like a droid, but she feels like it's more like a coworker. So that's who she kind of chats back and forth with throughout the day.
Okay. Would this droid then speak more in like beeps, like what we see with R2D2, or would it actually be able to vocally respond back to you?
It's able to vocally respond.
Okay. As you are talking with it, Pitch is taking down notes of what you just kind of working with you on through with everything else before he says, or before they say, I think that Miss Tassari, is that maybe it might be in our best interest if we look more into something, if we can stumble upon ourselves some artifacts that may be more how do you say, the looking beyond in more recent history, and hopefully maybe something to the older empire for the audience at home. The year right now that this is in is 13 BBY. If you this would be around the same time period as the Han Solo movie. So, but he would say something that maybe can be related to the Old Republic.
That sounds really good. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but Pitch, that's why you're here. You always give me great suggestions.
Well, I wouldn't be here, miss, if it wasn't for you.
Of course.
At that point, you'll see as Pitch kind of like takes a look over, and at the doorway are Iskari and Tule.
So hi, how are you guys doing?
Unmute myself first. Sorry, what are you working on? What do you got going on?
Well, this document, it has these symbols in it, and I'm just trying to kind of work out what I can decipher from it. I mean, it's not making much sense so far, but I'm still trying.
Does it lead to anything? Is it like a treasure map? Is it lead to some relics or artifacts that might be useful?
Yeah, so what I was told was that it actually could lead to some important relic information. It was given to me by an old professor of mine. They weren't able to decode it, but they kind of passed it on to me, and so yeah, just trying to see if I could find these relics.
There's a really good market for those things, right? The market's not black. It's a little like light black. You know what I mean? It's not like the black market, but
like a gray market.
Semi-legal sales of found artifacts, I'm just saying, when you do find it, just come to me. I got you. Don't worry about the logging in or reporting it to the proper authorities. I know people who can take care of it.
Don't listen.
What are you talking about?
Not 10 minutes ago, you were telling me to illegally add spice to my reports, and now you are telling her that don't report it, just give it to me so I can get my bag. Come on.
Listen, the universe runs on credit. The galaxy runs on credits.
You are part of a organization of decent people, and decent people don't do that.
Do you think this rebellion runs on happy feelings and good wishes? And the
I know
light
you
side
don't.
of the force? Exactly, me neither. This thing costs money. Something that we don't have a lot of. Well, at least I don't.
Yeah.
Definitely
Still don't
understandable.
Listen, you guys do whatever you want to do. Stay unmoneyed, if you will. And I'll lead this rebellion to the victory that we so desire with my pile of credits. Thank you.
I thought you said you didn't have any.
I mean, the credits I will have later,
Mm-hmm.
after I pay back some people. Don't worry about it.
Oh. So there may be some other interested parties in you obtaining these credits.
There's always interested parties. I'm a person who gets around. I've got a lot of friends who, again, are, not black, but like light black. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about racially. I'm just talking about morally.
In the gray.
Light black.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay. As we pull the camera back from this scene and we find our last member of the crew. Chris, if you don't mind, please tell us what's your character's name, what do they look like, and what would they be up to at the moment? You're muted, by the way.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. My character's name is Ko Ilian. He is a Keldor, so Plo Koon species. He's sort of a dark burnt orange, almost brown, a little bit shorter than probably what the average Keldor would be. And he's, wearing like a leather overcoat, and he's got some sort of makeshift armor. And right now he's cleaning his blaster rifle while going over what happened on the past mission, while also, sort of going back down the years and remembering some of his battles from the Clone Wars.
Okay. Who would you be same question for you is who would you be corresponding with, talking with, either personally or professionally, at this moment while you're going through and just making sure all your equipment is ready for your next encounter?
Through, some heavily coded transmissions, he'd be speaking to Saw Gerrera and the Partisans because he is a member of the Partisans.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Is that
Awesome.
sorry to interrupt. Is that something we all know? The partisan?
No.
Okay.
So it's what is it? The correspondence is going through, and as you're just kind of rehashing everything of what is going on, it's not very long before you also hear footsteps coming in, walking by your room. I would say probably where you're at. It's one of those spots where you can easily be able to tell when somebody's coming. So to keep the correspondence on the down low, you're able to just quickly switch on over and go back to just make it look like you are just cleaning your equipment, as your fellow compatriots come walking on by to your room.
What do you want?
Coming in. Don't shoot. We're good guys. We're a team.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're just the goodest.
Is that thing loaded?
Yeah. It's always loaded.
Oh my.
So cool. So what are you getting up to? You just in here polishing your blaster for fun?
One must always be prepared.
See that? That's what. It's got that. He's got that energy. He's got that aura. I'm not talking about the force. I'm talking about the aura.
The Force. Ridiculous.
It is everywhere. I mean, ridiculous like breathing.
Yeah. Well, some people don't need to breathe.
You see that? That's the one. This is the guy you want to get in your back pocket on your 6.
You don't owe him money, do you?
Do you?
Who are you talking to?
Sigri. You don't owe him money, do you?
Oh, I don't know you money. No.
You're just like, really talking a big game about him. Like, oh, he's so awesome. So I was just wondering if maybe he's.
I got us out of that last mission alive, didn't I?
Yes, and we're very, very, very grateful for that, because being alive is awesome, and so we are very grateful for that. It was not my intent to suggest that we were not.
Mm-hmm. What did the?
You're just very scary sometimes.
I get that a lot. What did the doctor know?
Not much in addition to what we already did. Some Imperial specific methods for keeping soldiers ready for battle or repairing them afterwards, for lack of a better word. But I am going to add a little spice to that so that Sigrid can get paid.
I mean, maybe with a little persuasion, you won't need to add the spice, and you'll get something worthwhile.
Oh, you want me to?
No, not you. Unless you want to watch and learn. For science,
I don't know.
of course.
I've poked a lot of people for information for science.
I like science now.
It's not money. It's not credits.
I'm a little lost on what we're talking about. We're not talking about. What are we talking about?
Oh, well, sometimes you just need to get information through
Less conventional means.
Yeah. Not, in between gray and black, like you were talking about earlier.
Like torture or something.
Oh, but we wouldn't call it that.
It's called an enhanced interrogation.
Okay, we're not talking about sex. That's just what I want to get off the thing here. All right? We're not talking about.
I hadn't even thought of that.
Yeah,
Neither had I.
I realized that was somebody's yellow line that I'm stepping on. But here we go, bringing it back. The force is wild, y'all.
Force is wild.
I do want to tell you guys something, a little something. I had Quellian, if you want to cover your parts, we're probably not going to make it in the next one.
Why do you say that?
Sounds like a challenge.
Exactly, a challenge. I had a vision, and I'm not really good with visions. I don't even put much stock into them, to be honestly, but we're just going to want to run a lot, I think.
Maybe if the Force's visions ever meant something worth a damn, then maybe the Jedi would still be here. Saw how that worked out.
Yeah, I mean they are pretty trash. Not gonna hype them up at all.
I would say at this point you hear over the you'll hear in the overcom in Coelian's room saying from the captain saying, "Hey Co, grab your people. I got something up on the shit coming up in our field of view. If you don't mind, please, can you just drop on by? This is a little nuts. Yeah, don't say anything else to the rest. Just bring you and your folks, and we'll leave everything else as when you get here."
On our way. The captain has requested our presence.
Is it about anything specific, or?
We'll see when we get there.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay. As you guys go on and head over to where the cockpit is, you'll see the other folks that are on this ship with you guys. Various different other folks of being mostly a couple of other fighters who are there to be able to assist you guys as needed. They're doing whatever that they're doing, either finishing up their like calisthenics or whatever have you. So you walk on by and head on in. As you go into the cockpit, it's pretty roomy in here. You'll see outside that there is an Imperial dreadnought that is floating in very close proximity to where you guys are at. And I ask you all, what is your first thoughts as you lay eyes on this massive Imperial vessel?
I think I'm drooling a little bit. Just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Scary, but cool.
Ko is running scenarios through his mind about what this could mean, how to get everyone out of here safe, you know.
Okay.
I think my first feeling is shock. I reach back towards my blaster and kind of outreach one hand, kind of getting ready something with the force. I am scared, frightened. This is the worst possible case scenario.
And my character is kind of looking, and her first thought is, what is this thing's origin story? She kind of wants to get to the root of why it's there in the first place, where it's going.
Mm-hmm. You'll see as the captain of the ship will turn around. It's a human man. He is tan, with a full beard, long black hair pulled back into a ponytail. Captain Victor Ramos will look back and say, "So, that thing right there should have just blew us out of space and everything and just left us in dust. It hasn't, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of signal that has been coming from this.
They didn't scan us.
No scans, no nothing. I would have expected to have been hailed. I would have expected to have been brought in. I would have expected a whole lot of things, to include, like I said, just being blasted out. But no, I've never ran into this, and from what I can gather is that this vessel, this dreadnought, is potentially dead in the water, so to speak.
Odd.
How?
I don't know. From what I can gather from here is that outside of life support systems, those are the only things that are operating right now. I am not getting any indications of it moving, being any of its actual systems that are navigating it through space. It is just floating right there.
Can you scan it?
You'll see as he taps on in, he'll pull, and then you'll see like a hologram of like the massive dreadnought that is around a visual of the dreadnought itself, and you'll see that, for as he had mentioned, there's no propulsion system active at the moment. None of the radars that you would see on these ships are operating. It's just showing it floating.
Okay, we're the first ones to get here?
I don't know. I don't know if we're the first ones to get here, but it is there. So I don't know what you guys want to do. I know what I would think we might want to do, but I'm I am at y'all's beck and call. You tell me what y'all want to do, and I will make sure we do and make it happen.
Okay, do you know how much the huts will pay for this thing?
I was
Oh, I know
just
exactly.
about to turn around to you and say, Iskra, do you know how much stuff is probably on that ship that could be worth a lot of money?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Predictable.
Oh, I know exactly how much this thing is. That's why I'm like, before I report it up and go any further than this, I figure, hear me out, right?
Could be a
Hear me
trap.
out. You're not wrong, but from what I can tell, this being a a flagship, an Imperial flagship at that, floating out in the air like that, I don't imagine like this thing wouldn't have like security out the ass, but nothing.
No
Might be easy
security?
pick. No security that I've seen that's come floating over here. Nothing. It is a little concerning. I won't deny that.
If the Empire knew about it, I feel like they would just come in and blast this thing out of the water if it was completely dead. Or they're on their way now to do it, which is not good. We should probably hurry up if we're going to do anything.
Something, risk, reward.
Reward. I heard you say that.
Did you hear the first part?
Fish. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm all for going on there. There could be something real cool on there. Then I won't have to put any spice in my report. I'll actually have spice. But not spice. I'm like, I don't know, medicine or something.
I mean, even if we don't get it to the huts or the Black Sun, the rebellion can certainly use the technology on here. I mean, we might be able to find some weaknesses to a dreadnought. It's a good find.
It's a good point.
Just saying. Like, we could easily just fly on out of here. No big deal. We saw nothing. We heard nothing. Whatever happens, happens. But think of the money and the reward. Now, I'm all for the cause. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, we have to make our money somehow. Rebellion doesn't pay as much as I would prefer. Like I said, here for the cause, but still, I do like to get paid.
I mean, with this thing, we could turn the tide of the whole conflict, right? Money aside, it's a find.
There could be
Massive
a
find.
lot of information in there.
Yeah.
Could we get in and out? How long do you think it would take us to get in and out? Stay undetected.
Well, I can tell you right now that this thing has been the propulsion system has been dead for a while. So this has been sitting here for a good amount of time that you guys potentially could scavenge through as much as you guys want to. Because again, that's the thing that also has kind of tripped me up too, is that I would have expected the Empire to have already been here and blown this thing up, just like what you had mentioned is great, but they're not, and this is still here. Maybe the comm system went out before they could get the signal. No telling. But if you guys want to go into there, we can. I just would say probably don't dilly-dally. Grab what you need to grab in there, and then we get the fuck out, and then we do with what we need to with what we got.
Then what are we?
I think we can be good at not dilly-dallying.
As long as certain people get the credits out of their eyes.
I just wanted to make sure.
It's not all about credits for me, by the way. I believe in the cause.
The cause should be all there is.
I just wanted to make sure you were good with that code before we go anywhere in, because you're the tactician here. I'm just a transporter.
All right. The first thing we should do is try and figure out what happened before we go searching for any loot to get off of, because if this is a trap, we need to figure that out before we spring it.
Okay.
There's got to be a black box or computer system that we can get into, find out whatever was going on.
Yeah,
The more we know.
that's what I'm thinking.
Hmm.
You'll see as Captain Ramos will kind of zoom in onto where the bridge is at for the dreadnought, and he'll say, "Well, if you guys can get to here first, that should keep a log of all of the records of anything and everything that should have transpired within the ship, and include the last bit of comms that was sent out or received. So if you guys go there first, then that will at least give you that idea, that indication as to what is to give you that story, and then go looking around at your leisure, and I'll make sure that the ship stays warm, so whenever you guys are ready, or if I get the heads up that we got Imperials inbound, then I can you guys can come back in, we'll board up and bounce out.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Good plan.
All right. Then I will get us there. Go ahead, grab your stuff, and let's see if we can't make a couple credits.
For the resistance.
For the resistance. And then you'll see as he laughs a little bit before he turns around, and then he will start working on navigating the ship into the Dreadnought Bay. As you guys head back to y'all's respective rooms, what stuff do y'all look to bring with you as y'all go exploring into the Dreadnought?
I'm going to load up on my weapons, so I'm going to bring my blaster rifle, a blaster pistol, a vibro sword, and a couple thermal detonators.
My man is stacked,
Know who to
which
get
is
by.
good, because I don't have any of that. I do have my medical kit, first aid supplies, and I make sure to bring just anything that I can use just in case we get into trouble and someone gets hurt, and then I can help them. I also make sure to bring my notebook and something to write with, as well as something to collect samples of any potential biological material like that.
I've got my blaster, that lightsaber that I keep that I don't even know if it works anymore, to be honest. I've got a what do you call it? Slicing tool, slicing computer to do some hacking. It's got some old stolen Imperial codes, so hopefully this is compatible. But I'm gonna try and travel light.
Okay.
And Tasari is also going to travel light. She is going to bring her notebook as well. And she's going to also bring she has a little watch attachment that connects her to her droid so she can keep in communication, kind of record what she sees and what she finds out.
Okay. I guess so sorry for you. Do you bring Pitch with you, or do you leave them there?
I leave Pitch because I'm going to communicate with him through my watch that I have.
Okay, awesome. As the camera pulls back and watches as the ship makes its way into the Dreadnought's entry bay. Though you will, the audience will see as it will slowly come up to a point before hovering and then landing down. Around it are assortment of TIE fighters and other sorts of fighters that are parked in the bay, not being utilized or anything of that nature. You'll hear as Captain Ramos comes on over the intercom and will say, "Alrighty, we are landed. The bottom is open for you all to exit. Remember, get to the bridge as soon as you can. Figure out what the hell is going on. Then plunder to your heart's content. Just let me know. Let me know of anything that's to be on the lookout for, and I will be scanning through to make sure that we don't have any Imperials that suddenly decide to show up and blast us out of the sky. So, quick mission, in and out, 20 minutes. And you'll let go.
Okay, let's go.
Before we get in there, I need everyone to think like a soldier, not a scientist, not a doctor, not a treasure hunter, a soldier. We have a mission, we go in, we accomplish it, we leave.
I'm an entrepreneur, I'll have you know.
I have a question from a not soldier to a soldier. What is the mission if not to gather information, which, you know, is what a scientist might do? Some of us are just, you know, not you know, like that.
Soldiers also gather information. It's a reconnaissance mission. We go in,
Okay.
You access the machines, you find out what we need to find out, and we grab some things and go.
Yep. We decided no dillying and no dallying.
Be a reason why this whole thing is abandoned. I mean, it's kind of doesn't make any sense.
Maybe that's what
Okay.
we have to find out.
May the force be with us, I guess.
Fantastic. And then he's gonna cock his blaster.
Alrighty, at this point, you all will begin to exit out of the ship. Can I have you all give me a spot hidden for me, please? And this will be your normal spot hidden, so the biggest number that you have on your character sheet, that is what you're looking to get under.
What is
And for this, we rolled that D100.
That's correct.
I got my handy dandy D100 here.
Nice.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. I got 33.
Listen, all we have is credits in our eyes, apparently. We ain't seeing shit.
I think that I get kind of a nudging from the force in a certain direction. I got an 8 under 25.
Nice. Okay. Go. What'd you get?
Oh, I got a 33.
Over or under your what is it? Pass or is that a success? Is my question.
What am I looking for it under?
So it should be spot hidden. You should tell me if that was under the biggest number that you have for it. So, because it should have regular, half, and fifth. If
Yeah, it
you're
was
looking to
over.
get under that, you're over. So
Yeah.
that's a fail. So for my my doctor and my scientist, there is knowledge to be gained to be able to have seemingly unfiltered access to an Imperial dreadnought. The amount of information you could gather that may be more pertinent to your respective fields, without really needing to worry about getting it secondhand from somebody, or if it may not be as necessarily reliable as what you've seen in the past. You now essentially have that access here, especially if this thing, if still nobody has caught on to it, it's here for the taking for you guys. Coalien, you get right into the swing of things. You are looking through, doing your sweeps, trying to see if you're seeing any sort of hostile, whether they be android or humanoid in nature, yet nothing. Your senses are still hyped up at the moment, so you're still doing your scans, doing everything. But for Iskra, you notice that there are, beyond these TIE fighters that are around here, beyond the other Imperial fighting ships that are around, there's 2 more other ships that are here docked. And they look like they look like they're not running. They're off. You mean it?
What kind of ships are they? They look like fighters or transports, or what
Looks like
kind
transports similar to y'all's.
Okay. These look a little out of place, though, right?
What does?
Yes.
These guys. I mean, this is a dreadnought. If these are transports, what were they transporting? I think we should check it out. It'll only take a second. It'll only take a minute, right? Just a little detour.
I thought we weren't dillying or dallying.
This is neither dilly nor dally.
Sounds a little
This
like
seems like
dallying.
both.
Yeah, to me too.
I mean, it could hold the whole mystery to all of what we're searching for right here, right? We could just be in and out. I'll just take a second. Hold on. You guys, I'll catch up.
We do not split up. There are not enough of us for that.
The force is always with me and you. Fine. You know what? Let's just Charlie Mike with the mission. We'll get these on the way back out, I think. Okay.
Charlie, Mike.
Continue mission. You know, they don't have that in common galactic common language. But now
Even
it's a lexicon.
Even so, it might be a good idea just to keep our eyes out, because what if those transports were, someone else, and obviously they haven't left, so.
That's a good point.
Just, we might want to be aware of other, intrepid adventurers like us.
I mean, like, where is everybody? There's no signs of battle, or right?
You take a look around, you all can see that this thing is immaculate. Like, the maintenance folks that worked here, something, kept this place clean. It doesn't look like there was any sort of battle. You don't see the telltale marks of like blaster scorch marks anywhere around here. You have the lights, and you have the lights you have the lights on, showing that the life support systems are on. But outside of that, everything just seems like it's like in storage.
Are there any droids around?
No droids.
That's really weird. All right, Quillian, we'll follow you.
All right. Do we have a map of the ship from the scan?
Yeah. Captain Ramos would have given you a little hologram that would have given you like directions to get to where the bridge is at. And then you know that you can download the schematics of the vessel from the bridge to be able to get an understanding of like where everything else is and what everything else could be.
Okay. So we make our way to the bridge. Blasters out.
Okay.
I would say that I'm probably always behind Isigri and like like at all times. I'm not in the front. You got a lot of weapons. I respect it. You can take the front.
Cool. As you all begin making your way over to the bridge, I will ask Tasari, as you all are making your walkthrough, what is going through your mind at the moment, as you take in some of the information that your compatriots have made mention, what you've observed so far. What are you thinking?
So Tasari is actually feeling nervous and anxious just because she was a little unsettled by even though the condition was immaculate, there's something about that seems odd to her. So she's kind of running through her mind, trying to figure out what could possibly be the case for what's going on. And then she remembers that she packed a piece of beef jerky in her pocket and she starts to anxiously nibble on it as she follows behind everybody else.
Okay. As you guys enter into the hallways now, it's lit up. You make your way through the first level of the ship before you go to the next. Not too long after, you run into another level of the ship where the lights are off, and it's only the red lights of like the backup systems working on this level. And it kind of, as you progress your way up to the bridge, it seems like that for it seems like that for the rest of the way up there. Eventually you will make your way over to the bridge itself. As you enter into this part of the vessel that is seemingly on like backup support, or at least like it's only having the red lights as your guiding light, what do the rest of y'all what are the rest of y'all thinking, or at least communicating to one another if you are, as you enter into this part of the ship?
I don't know about communicating with the others, but besides kind of a feeling of like nervousness and excitement, I think Dule is like looking around for any sign of like damage or any indication that at any point a struggle had occurred, be that through like dents in the walls or blaster markings or even like on the ground like scuff marks or blood or anything like that. Just any indication, because it feels weird that there's just no sign of anything. So I think I'm looking.
Okay.
While they're looking, I'm gonna be. Is it like one door into the bridge?
It'll be a series of doors, but it's like in quick succession. So it's just like one opens up, you'll walk through a little bit of a small hallway, open up another one, and then another one before you finally enter into the bridge itself.
Okay, so I'll sort of station myself near that one door, sort of looking out to make sure nothing follows us. in.
Iskray, are you Coelian, you are going to be taking the rear to make sure nobody comes in. Iskray, you're the one that's will be the one taking the front then?
Yeah, I think I'm probably the stealthiest going. I'm not really attuned to the Force as much as I might be. It might be really helpful, but I'm definitely getting up the feelings of everyone else. The kind of growing anxiety, the tension of everyone is definitely kind of making me sweat a little bit. And at the same time, I'm just gonna have this pit in my stomach. Like, I know there's something really wrong, but at the same time, I know this could be very lucrative if this all goes right.
For sure. As the final door opens up, leading you into the bridge, I'm just going to ask real quickly if you all can give me a sanity check.
Sure.
That's fine.
Love to.
It's all good. It's fine. It's fine. No worry about it. Just pass. Just pass. That's all I gotta do.
Sanity score.
Thank God.
Okay.
Oh no!
It's a 99. It's a 99. So it's not 100, but it's still crazy high.
Wow.
Okay.
I got a 52, so under my.
Okay,
my
so
number
one
of
fail.
60.
One
I got
fail.
an 88. I got an
Okay.
88, so I'm under.
I got a 39.
Okay, so fantastic. So 3 successes, 1 fail.
It's against our starting sanity number, right? Not our max sanity.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so yes, lower.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. That's fun, actually.
Oh no.
For the rest of you guys, for the rest of y'all, that pit of feeling like something is off just kind of intensifies a little bit more as you go through the vessel and you coming into the bridge itself. Iskra, you are more attuned to the Force than everybody else. You hear in the back of your mind what seems to be whispers, almost indistinguishable, but it's very... There are whispers saying something to you. You don't catch everything that they're saying, or you barely catch anything that they're saying at all. But you will hear something say, "Others free." As you enter into the bridge. And then you will take, for everybody that passed, you guys will not lose sanity. For Iskra, you will take 1d4 plus 1 points of sanity loss.
1d4 plus 1.
That is correct.
Okay. And that's subtracted from my total.
That's correct.
No. Okay.
Yay.
Cool.
For the viewers at home, I love when players lose sanity loss. Also, fun thing, you didn't lose max, did you? Like you rolled a 4 and then that would have made it a 5.
Oh yeah, I lost max. Yeah.
Oh, even better.
Wait, is that
No.
not part of the game? Just gotta make up rules, Justin.
No. So, fun thing is, right? So when you lose in Call of Cthulhu, when you lose sanity, when you lose less than 5 points of sanity, you just essentially take the sanity loss, right? It's really not that big of a deal, but when you lose 5 or greater, then effects tend to take into play. Mechanically speaking, you can take like phobias, stuff of that nature. I more just like to make it more relatable to with what we're going on. So in this case, because you lost max damage, as you enter in, you will immediately see like a quick flash of the lights on, blood splatter, with the additional scene of what looks to be other stormtroopers and scientists, and even some of the Imperial military attacking one another, even fighting, before it comes back and it's just black.
Did he just say biting?
But that is a vision only our dear friend sees.
I'm gonna unclasp my blaster and then like do like a little, I'm not strong with the force, but do like the most basic force push I can do just to like get the thing out of my mind essentially. And if there's dust flying everywhere. But if it's clean, then it just kind of, you might feel like a wind kind of thing going around.
Iskri, are you
all
okay?
Yeah.
I think I am. I know.
What do you mean think?
Others free.
What does that mean?
What is that? What does that mean? I don't know.
You're the one who said it.
Exactly.
Did I?
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
it. So, we kind of assumed you would know. You don't know, do you?
We're here now. Let's just focus on whatever we're doing.
But what are you doing? Because you look a little distressed, if I were to be honest.
This is not. I mean, this is incredibly unnerving, right? This is not fun.
Now it's not the
I
time
definitely
to hold anything back.
I definitely should have done a psyche
like
valve
this is-
before we left.
Yeah.
I feel like this is dillying and dallying. We should just continue with the thing.
Taking in one state of mind is neither dillying nor dallying. We are a
That's-
unit. We need to
that
be
sounds like-
cohesive.
It sounds like some Jedi stuff right there.
I will. I'm just
It's
gonna raise
just-
my blaster at him, just like if you.
Oh no! Oh no! It's just medicine, right? It's psychology. If you're not in the right state of mind when you go out into the battlefield, you could hurt yourself or someone else, right? We see it in soldiers all the time. That's why we do psyche vows. So really, it's important that we are always, thinking about our own state of mind so that doesn't happen.
Again, like whether you believe it or not, these are things that happen. I had a vision through the force of this flight. No, wait, this really doesn't make any sense because the room was full. It was full of officers and troopers, and they were attacking each other and fighting each other. I know the Empire's weird, a bunch of weirdos, right? But it's not that weird. But the place is empty. Where's all the bodies? Where's any of the chaos that would have been left over? Like, it's just an empty room. Which again doesn't make any sense because where are all the bodies, right? Anything.
Well, why don't we keep moving forward? Maybe we'll get some clue or something. And in the meantime, if anyone feels the need to bite someone else, don't.
I'm just gonna look at Thule and I'm just like, the mask?
I don't know. It was a weird vision. Who's to say, you know? I'm hoping that will stop you from biting anyone.
If I take this mask off, I die. So yeah, I won't be biting anyone.
Okay, so if you two, I'll turn to the others, feel the need to bite anyone, especially you, Isgri, don't.
I'm not gonna bite anyone. Tasari's the one who's eating snacks over here.
You know,
All right,
it's important to keep up with your nutrition or whatever.
You got any more of that jerky though?
All right, let's find out what's going on. Who's accessing the bridge controls?
Okay. Yeah. Whoever wants to be the one to access the controls, the logs, and everything, go ahead and give me a computer skill roll.
The computer skills.
It's not me.
Didn't Isgri bring in, like, tech for that?
I do have it with me. Yes, okay. What's the role for it though? Like the legit role?
Computer
So-
use.
Is there computer?
Yeah, there's computer use.
There's. Oh, okay.
I mean, you probably have your choice, depending on what.
It's all good. The least we can try and do is boot it up and see what we get.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Well, as you, what is it? Sorry. Go ahead and roll me a D100, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Okay. That is a 52.
Okay. Cool. Then, alrighty. So you will begin to enter into the system itself. You'll see that the tech that you'd used before with old Imperial bypasses and whatnot seem to work for the most part, and you will be able to garner that the main mission for the ship. You'll see logs from the ship commander, a Captain Jonakai Kantakol, who is reaching out directly to Emperor Palpatine and providing him daily status updates as to the whereabouts and to some of the progress that they are seeing on the ship. You'll also see that there are logs from a Grand Admiral Kara Clenil, who is giving the future operations for what they're looking to do and as they're progressing through the project. And then finally, you'll have the lead scientist known as Renan Cad appear and provide the more valuable information for the project, which has so far not been named. Everybody has just said the project. They will come on to and send information saying Project Blackwing is being a very valuable success here. We have a slew of rebel and criminal subjects to be able to test everything on, and so far we have also been able to weaponize this strand to the point where we can have it in multiple forms, such as an airborne pathogen, as a bloodborne pathogen, as a bomb, whatever we needed to make, we have successfully been able to do it. It still requires significant testing as far as like making sure that any of our forces remain safe while operating it, as to prevent any sort of outbreak, as what we've seen in the past. And then you will see one more log that simply says outbreak, outbreak, outbreak. And that is where we'll actually stop and take a break.
Dun dun dun.
Alrighty, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break, a quick 15. So please stay tuned to see what shenanigans we get into after our quick 15-minute break. So grab your drinks, do your bio breaks, and we'll catch you guys in 15. And yeah, that'll be it. We'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.
Last year, this event helped raise money for Black Girls Code, a nonprofit organization that focused on engaging African American girls and other youth of color with computer programming education to help nurture their careers in the tech industry. This time around, our weekend-long BIPOC Star Wars TTRPG charity event is raising money for the Marsha P. Johnson Institute, an incredible organization that focuses on protecting and defending the human rights of Black transgender individuals by, quote, organizing our community, advocating for our people, creating an intentional healing space, developing transformative leadership, and promoting our collective power. With the state of the world, we want to highlight and reiterate that trans lives matter. Black lives matter. And remember that donating is amazing. It's fantastic. But only one step in making actual change. Actively being the change you want to see in your communities is important. Change in your conversations. Change in your advocacy. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
And we're back. Thank you all again. Thank you all again for tuning in for this amazing weekend full of Star Wars stories, including the one that we are currently telling right now. Just remember that not only are your donations going to an amazing cause, but they're also helping out our players too. So please, by all means, if you're able to, they would be incredibly grateful. But just being here and having you listen to the stories that we tell is amazing too. So thank you all again for tuning in. Just as a quick recap, we had the introduction of our players that you see before you as they stumble upon a Imperial Star Dreadnought. They saw an opportunity to be able to make a couple extra credits, figure out what the hell's going on here, maybe find some valuable information, and so they made their way onto the vessel. They noticed things were very off, considering that no droids were around. There were a couple other vessels that are in the bay too, but everything seems quiet and almost like no one's here. Eventually they make their way up to the bridge, and then they come upon the logs that gave information on as to what they were doing here, only mentioning from the captain as well as the Grand Admiral about the progress of a project, only for the lead scientist to finally address the project to Emperor Palpatine by its name, Project Blackwing, and talking about how the project is coming along with being able to be weaponized and be able to use and change into a bloodborne pathogen, a airborne pathogen, essentially anything that they would need to be able to use as a weapon. Before the final log that Iskri had saw saying, outbreak, outbreak, outbreak. For my players, I have to ask you, because I didn't ask this before, while you guys were going through and you had only really the red lights of the vessel at the upper decks guiding your path through, do your systems, or are you guys carrying flashlights of any kind?
I would say my blaster rifle has a flashlight on it.
Okay.
I have a flashlight in one hand. I don't have to worry about holding a weapon, so I'm like kind of over the shoulder trying to help.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a flashlight too.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna use the light of everyone else's flashlight.
Okay, cool. At the moment that you had pulled up the last transmission saying outbreak, 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 you guys can go ahead and roll me another spot hidden for me.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, I actually got below my target this time.
Me too.
Nice.
B3.
I can spot.
Me 4.
Yay.
Oh.
Awesome. At that, you guys will kind of take a look around, and now you're noticing that there are dried blood marks on scattered throughout the bridge. While you may have clocked it briefly, now like you guys can see that there's a lot of blood around here in this in the bridge right now.
Can I like use my medical skill to investigate either like the kind of blood spatter it is, or maybe how long it's been there?
Absolutely, you can. Go ahead and roll me a medicine check.
Yeah. It's like a 33. My number is like 36.
Okay, cool. So with that, you can tell that the blood marks that are around here are a couple days old. In addition to that, you're also finding chunks of flesh that are on the floor too.
I'm gonna point that out. Viscera. Maybe that vision wasn't all in your imagination.
That's good to know.
Is that what's under my boot right now? I thought I stepped in something. I didn't want to think about it.
Yeah. I wouldn't look at the bottom of your boot right now if I were you.
I just scraped my foot on the ground there.
What kind of outbreak could cause this?
Don't really know. I don't really care. The Imperial scientists are making some kind of weapon. All I know is we got a little information. We need to get what we can and just get the hell out of here.
Agreed.
Yeah, the longer we're here, the less I want to dilly and dally.
Can you pull that information off?
It's gonna take some time, but I think I can, yeah.
Go ahead and give me another computer skill roll for me. Just roll your D100, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
In the meantime, as they are working on pulling the data that you would need, Tasari, Thule, and and Co. What is going through y'all's minds as you're just kind of like as you ingest the information and really take in the appearance of the environment around you guys as this is all coming to you?
I'm definitely feeling the push to want to figure out what happened here. Either just to kind of, because this could be a huge discovery for our side, but also to get some kind of information so that we can prevent something like this from happening to us.
And Tasari is kind of putting her watch up to her mouth and kind of whispering to Pitch about what she's found out to kind of see if he or they may have some insight or any knowledge of any prior anomalies that could have come into play at all.
Pitch will respond back to you almost be like, at this time there seems to be older instances, but some of our records are corrupt from what I'm able to gather. So give me a little bit, and I will see if I can find some more other venues that would be able to provide us that information. I will send it to you as soon as I get it.
Thanks, Pitch.
Co is thinking about going back to the Clone Wars, where he's like, this sounds like someone's always trying to mess with some virus, and you're thinking about the Blue Shadow virus from the Clone Wars.
Iskri, what did you roll?
Roll to 44.
Okay. You would succeed as you were able to get the information that you would need. Most notable, one of the things that you will notice as you gather all the information, and it'll pop up on the diagram that you got for this dreadnought, is that there are a couple interesting things. One is that there is a large prisoner ward down towards the there's a large prisoner ward on this vessel. In addition to that, there is another general science laboratory as well as a botany lab too. Something that is uncommon from what you all would have known flagships to have. Especially considering that if they're doing some sort of experiment, why would they need all of that? And why would they need all of that within this one ship? And on top of that, you would see records of at least a division's worth of stormtroopers that are supposedly found here on this ship, though you have yet to see any sentient life force as of yet.
You guys take a look at this. Some pretty stacked ship here. It's not like pure military. We got a bio lab. We got a science lab. There's a prisoner ward.
So they conducted experiments on the prisoners. And
That
no one
thought
is
just
here.
passed through my head too.
And yet we've heard nothing. Are there escape pods still on the ship?
I'm gonna.
You would see that there are.
All of them?
All of them are accounted for.
This is getting stranger all the time.
So if this happened, no one even attempted to escape, but we haven't even found a corpse.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking we should research this. We should find out what's going on. We should. No. We can get out with what we have and still make a good chunk of change, right?
I hope
Yeah.
so.
And blow it up.
So.
You have all that information on a drive?
You know, I thought you guys were gonna find me on that.
No.
I mean,
No.
if I can be honest, from what I saw with the blood spatter and the bits, whatever happened here, it was real nasty. And if there are escape pods still here and there was an outbreak, I gotta be honest, I'm a little worried it might still be here.
Do you think we're infected now?
I don't know.
I hope not.
I'm getting a little hungry.
I will
Hungry.
put you down right now.
No, just kidding. I'm just relax.
Now is not the time for jokes.
Joking is a healthy coping mechanism for
After the
incidents
fact.
such as these.
I can't say.
Mm.
Okay. At this point, I ask you guys, what would you like to do? I will also make note that the ship name that you'll see throughout the logs itself is the Imperial Star Dreadnought Revenant.
Was there any extra information he could get from the drives or like from any specific areas of the ship, like the biolab or anything like that?
No, I will say that when Iskri, when you did your download, some of the files that you did receive pertaining to anything found within the botany lab, the general science lab, was classified, requiring additional additional credentials to be able to get access to it.
Ooh, classified materials are very expensive.
Not necessarily.
Are you changing your mind and saying you want to go explore this now?
Of course I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if we want the full, we're already here.
Mm-hmm.
See, we went from credits in his credits in their eyes to, oh, I had a vision of slaughter. Oh, I stepped in viscera. Maybe we should leave, to, again, credits in their eyes.
And the Force is a complicated, fickle mistress.
It's not the Force, it's you.
I'm just saying. What?
If someone is acting predictably, that's a good sign, you know? So I think we can rule out infection for right now. I'm still seeing the little credit signs here.
I'll keep my eye out.
I mean, honestly, like we owe it to the rebellion to make sure this thing didn't escape, and if there's maybe a cure that we can find, we owe it to the rest of the galaxy to make sure that we have it on hand.
All right, hear me out.
Cures are lucrative. I mean, come on, guys.
I am really interested in that.
If this is the research ship, the bio facility is here.
Yeah.
The prison ward is here.
Mm-hmm.
There's an outbreak.
Mm-hmm.
And there were no escape pods jettisoned. Wouldn't it stand to reason that it's only here?
It's contained to this.
Yes.
Dreadnought. I mean, we never know. Maybe another ship escaped.
But what if we are infected and then we leave and we don't have a cure?
So it makes sense to find a cure.
Or, we get out into an escape pod, we float out in space. If we start getting infected, then we have the ship blow us up. I said the ship blow us up, we all go.
Yeah.
The rebellion lives to fight on another day.
Hey, hello, Force? Is that a good idea? Oh, no, it's not a good. Okay.
Wow. Suddenly I'm also Force sensitive, and the Force is telling me that that's bad.
I'm just saying, let the Force guide your way sometimes. Sometimes.
Yeah, I know what's guiding your way.
Okay. So what would you guys like to do?
Should we go to the biology lab?
I guess we're going to the biology lab.
Because I'm sure that the two of us, the scientist and the doctor, would be able to get some kind of information, even if it's just a little bit, and then we can get out of here, right? Then we can have even more than we thought we were going to have.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Also, shout out to our raiders who just popped in. Thank you very much for hanging out with us as we tell the story of the echoes of the ISD Revenant. But yeah, so biolab it is.
Yes.
I'm gonna take out my blaster pistol and I'm gonna hand it over to one of you. I was like, one of you take this. 3 guns is better than 2. Just don't shoot me. Shoot them, sure, but not me.
I'll take it.
I was hoping you would say that.
Cool. As you guys begin heading over in the direction of the biolab, can I have you guys roll me a listen check, please and thank you.
Listen.
Where's my listen? Pop Beyonce? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Ooh.
All right.
Rolled on my number, which is a 40-40.
Got unlucky 13, but that works for me.
And
Okay.
yeah, I'm over.
Okay, so failure. So I got 1 failure, 2 successes, and delay. What was yours?
Failure.
Failure.
I got a
I would say for
71.
you-
That's way over.
I'd say for you guys, like the gravity of the situation going on, presents vastly different things for you both. But for Tasari, it's the added weight, the added literal and figurative weight of carrying this blaster, and also having the understanding that things could go sideways really quick for you guys probably weighs a little bit, would it not?
Yeah, I'm feeling the pressure at this point.
I think I have tunnel vision. I'm not listening to the world around me. I'm thinking, I'm getting myself to this lab. I'm getting the samples. I'm getting the information. I'm getting out of here, and I am not going to get blown up by my own shit. That's what's on my mind.
For sure. Fantastic. Well, for our 2 that succeeded on their listens, you guys hear a faint clank off in the distance. It echoes, and as you turn to kind of face in that direction, you don't see anything. It's also still dark. You move your your light to be able to see down the hallway as far as light will carry, but nothing appears in your vision.
Is it behind us?
Suddenly, yeah,
Okay.
down one of the hallways.
Iskri, you take the front. I'll watch our backs.
You guys heard that right.
Yeah.
Eyes open. Let's go. Let's go.
Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
Which Jedi told you that?
I'm going to shoot you.
I'm just kidding.
At what point is it no longer kidding? That's like the 5th time.
When he shoots me.
Yeah, when there's a hole smoking in his chest.
Yeah, but you could still just be like, just kidding.
And Doc, that's what you're here for. Patch the hole in my chest.
I have first aid training. I'll patch the hole.
Doc,
With another hole?
Cool. As you guys get closer and closer to the biolab, Iskri, the voice in the back of your head rears its head again. You hear a little bit more this time. Find others free. Whispering to you. You take a look around. You don't see anybody else. It's still black, it's still pitch black, save for like the red lights of the backup system, the backup lights continuing to shine the path, shine y'all's path to the biolab. But that's what you hear as you get closer and closer.
I think as I'm walking down the hallway, I paused for a second. I kind of shake it off and I keep going.
Okay. as you guys enter into the area, it's not hard to see where it is. It's the biolab. This on your hologram, it shows like the label of it, and you enter in with relative ease. As you go in, one of the things you will see is that there are a plethora of this orchid that just seems to be growing all around here. For Iskri, you feel I would say that the sense of the force being strong is if the feeling of the force being strong is here for you. You get that sense, that vibe. For everybody else, you see that these orchids have a sense of have an energy to them that you've never really come across before. It's not hard to be able to find where the computers are. Everything around here looks less gruesome, but there are busted beakers, there are glass, there are charts, there are papers that are scattered throughout the floor. There's a couple flickering lights here and there, but mostly the red emergency lights are the only thing that's keeping this area relatively lit. As you guys enter on in, and I turn it over to you guys, what would you guys like to do?
And again, I feel like a pit in my stomach as I kind of feel whatever is coming off these orchids. Just keep your eyes open.
Like, don't touch anything.
I think he says don't touch anything just as I'm like ready to get a sample of the orchid, and then I just like put my hands up like, okay.
Yeah.
Not for medicine, not for science. Got it.
Yeah. And Tathari was heading towards the papers and the computer, so she was like just getting ready to tinker around to see if she could find anything when she heard the direction.
Okay. As you stop and you kind of wait, what are the measures that you're looking to do at the moment, since you told them to not touch anything at the moment? What are you looking to do?
Survey the room, see if there's any kind of life besides the plant or lack thereof. Like if there are any dead bodies in here, or if there's any like electronics that are like flickering with life or something like that.
That's other than the computer systems that you see over there. You see blood markings, you see viscera at various points throughout the lab, but no dead bodies at the moment. The only thing that seems to be teeming with life are the orchids themselves.
Can I use my biology skill to like investigate the orchids? You said they kind of like have a vibe. I'm curious.
Yeah. You definitely can take a look, and as you do, you would know that you've never seen an orchid of this nature before in all of your years of studying of medicine. And I'm sure that you've kept up with natural remedies, the origins for a lot of the different serums, and ways to be able to heal people and cure things. But in all of your research, you've never seen a plant that looks like an orchid that looks like this. This is one that is foreign to you, to which you can't even draw what the equivalent of the Latin name would be for it.
I'm getting like itchy fingers here. I'm like, are you sure we can't touch not even with my hands, just like with with like a little, I could just put it in an envelope or something.
Is it alive?
It is a plant, so yes.
Definitely alive.
And
And
there's nothing else alive here?
No.
Are there any like files on it, like anything paper? Is there like a label that says what it is? Or do you know what it is?
I know that it's not like anything I've ever seen. And I mean, I've studied a lot of plants.
it being here kind of defies plants, right? This room is dark. There's no light. It hasn't been watered. But these orchids look healthy.
They have to be feeding on something. Which, I mean, there are some kinds of plants that feed on... how do I put this delicately? Remains?
But where are the remains?
That's kind of the thing. I don't know.
Can't feel it, but these things are strong with the force. I know that sounds like really crazy, but here we are, right?
So you're saying, let me just make sure I got this right. Those plants can use the force.
No, the force is in every living thing. A plant certainly has life. We all have the force flowing through us. These things are like big force, not plant force. Like big force.
Bigger
than
than us.
bigger than me. Bigger than a plant should.
But is that bigger than us?
It's complicated.
So
Like,
can
I'm
I
not
touch them or no?
I'm not a Jedi. Like, I didn't study this shit. I'm just going off the vibe.
Doc, use your best judgment.
Wait. I got something for this. Hold on. And I'm going to try to reach out with the force and try to pluck one from the ground, from the dirt or whatever it's in.
I gotta
couldn't-
hold out
I
my
couldn't-
little bag for
I couldn't
plant
pick up
specimens.
anything probably heavier than that. Maybe like without really trying, but a flower I can hopefully get, especially since it's kind of got the force vibe on it. At least I'm gonna try.
Real quick.
Oh boy.
Sorry. I know you're waiting by the computers, and as they're having you overhear the conversation, do you go ahead and attempt to log in to see what you can find?
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to see. I'm kind of curious to see if there might be like any logs or something that may have been updated and give some more details about what may have happened. So
Absolutely.
kind of like my
Go ahead.
goal.
Go ahead and give me a computer skills check, please. And just as a reminder, you guys do have redeems available for you guys, so don't be afraid to use them.
That is a failure.
Okay. Do you want to redeem? Excuse me. Do you want to go ahead and use a redeem for that?
Yeah, could I? If it's okay with
Absolutely, you guys.
everybody.
We want that
Go
info.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a reroll, a bonus die, and an auto success. So
Ooh.
what are you what do you want to use?
I'm gonna go for the auto success because my computer is low.
Okay. Cool. Then what is it? You go ahead and you succeed. And you will pull up that this is the Marukami Black Orchid. A lot of the logs that you are looking through seem to indicate that this is a highly force-sensitive plant that has reportedly been able to communicate with those who are identified as being force-sensitive in various different ways. You will also pull up reports and logs stating that it is being utilized to be able to it is a core component to what is being written as Project I-71 India 71 Alpha, aka Project Blackwing. And this, you will also see like the various different ways like that it is being synthesized, it is being utilized. You'll see techniques, a lot of modern techniques, which would probably make more sense to Thule, but you'll also see old ancient alchemy techniques being used as well. Stuff that seems to, as you dig on through, seem to take back way to, as Pitch had mentioned earlier, to the time of the Old Republic and even beyond. As you are pulling all of that information up, Iskri, you go ahead, you use the Force to be able to pluck one of the orchids, correct?
Yep.
As you do, and you will all watch as the orchid will be plucked away, you will suddenly be taken in to a quick flash of things that had gone on prior. You will see as what looks like you're connected inside of a stormtrooper's helmet, but you're chasing after scientists, you're chasing after crew members. You'll grab one down, and as they're screaming, you can see that you're looking from the viewpoint of something that doesn't seem natural at all. And everything seems to be connected to these plants in some way, shape, or form. And then you'll hear a screech go on in your head. And I'm going to need you to make a sanity check for me.
Really bearing the brunt of the sanity checks, eh?
So I'm down. My current is 65, but I rolled a 76, so that is a fail.
All right, then you will take 1d4 plus 1 point of sanity loss. Oh, and we have, what is it? Ko, what you got?
I rolled a 1.
Okay, that's a success. So you're good.
I don't want to use
Okay, we
it
all
now.
have to roll sanity. Okay.
I will say the three of you guys will go ahead and roll sanity. So, yeah, all four of you guys will go ahead and roll sanity.
Okay, I pass.
Okay.
Okay.
I rolled real low, 13.
Oh,
Yep.
so I got 3 passes, and Iskri, what'd you get?
Any damage?
What did you roll on your? You failed or pass?
I failed my sanity check. Yeah.
Okay, so it's 1d4 plus 1. So what did you get for the damage?
I rolled another 4 actually.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh,
So I'm down to 60
my fellow being in the galaxy.
for those keeping track.
Oh, Papa, no.
I think that we should take his guns away. I need to perform a psychological assessment. I have a psychology skill, a very high psychology skill. It's like I knew this was gonna happen.
We can't be here for long.
I
We gotta
will.
give
Are you okay?
I wanted to leave.
They attacked everyone, find others free. They attacked everyone. The stormtroopers just went fucking crazy.
And you got that from the plant?
Yeah, I think so.
So I just want to, Doc,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure we're all hearing this.
Yeah.
He used his magic hands to touch the plant. And then he saw a vision.
Another one, yes.
And he didn't even physically touch it. And you want to hold that plant
No, I don't want to hold it. I want him to put it in the bag, please.
that you're holding. And then presumably would put on your person.
I'm not going to touch it. You said not to touch it, so I'm not going to touch it. It's going to go in the bag. It's not going to touch me. Listen. They've got the Force. The Force, from one Force-sensitive individual that they are to a Force-sensitive flower, from what I can gather, I'm sure that the effect is somewhat heightened.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Do we want to risk it though?
Oh, but the knowledge. I could
Unknown
learn so
quantities
much.
spell disaster.
I could learn so much from this, though.
I feel like I'm
Learn
gonna
a
be
lot
sick.
from a blaster to the chest too.
Why would they be biting people?
We're still on the biting.
I don't really want to find out. As far as I know, there are 3 reasons for fighting, or for biting: food, fighting, and something a bit more
Rabies.
intimate.
Say babies.
Rabies.
Rabies.
I thought you said babies. Sorry.
Well,
I mean, babies bite
do
too.
bite.
I don't even want to talk about kids. What?
Okay,
What-
so we're
what
not
have
putting
you
it in the
done?
bag.
I mean, if you want to put it in the
I'm
bag,
holding it here. So I just need to know if I should put the bag away.
I'm gonna leave that to the Force user.
Mr. Magic Hands. Want to magic hands the plant into the bag?
I'm not touching that thing again. Just put it in the bag. It's fine.
I'm gonna scoop it up. Not touching with my hands, because I learned that lesson, but I do want to... I want a sample.
I will also mention, Iskri, one of the things you will also feel the effects of is a sense of connection with that orchid and what your vision had shown you. You can feel that you've seen no bodies, you've seen no one walking around here. You've only heard maybe something earlier, but through this plant you feel that there are thousands upon thousands here on this vessel. And then the voice comes very clearly. Find the others and set them free.
We taking that plan or what?
I got it.
Cool. Just as long as I'm not connected with it, I think we'll be okay. You know?
Do they look okay, like, psychologically?
That's a good question. If you want to try and like kind of get a vibe check from them, you can go ahead and use your psychology roll, and then Iskri, if you are just trying to kind of keep things like, how do you say, to yourself as far as like your mannerisms or stuff of that nature,
Mm.
you can give me Then pulling up a character sheet. You guys can essentially do a give me opposing psychology rolls. Don't worry about the number. It's whoever rolls the lowest between the two of you will win out.
I rolled a 44.
69.
Nice.
However,
Oh.
I want to use a redeem.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and use our second redeem, and it's either going to be a reroll or take the bonus die.
So bonus dice is just like advantage, basically. Just roll 2 D100.
That's correct.
Okay, I'm gonna do the bonus die.
Okay.
I'm just trying to use my expertise here.
I know, but also Iskri's a rogue.
So,
like we're a bandit. Like we lie.
I thought we
Fair.
were
Fair. And
friends.
just so I can clarify that, because I didn't do that appropriately, right? So when you do the bonus die, you'll take the D100, and then what you will end up doing is the percentile die that has like the 10, the 20, the 30. You're gonna roll that one twice. You'll leave the single digit one as is. So if I rolled a 69, then I would just roll the 10, the 10th. What is it? The die with the 10s on it. Re-roll that one again. That's what constitutes having a bonus die as opposed to a re-roll.
Okay, cool. So there was a 3, so these are 39 for you.
Okay.
Boo! It's 5 less than
Not
me.
as fun. It's 69.
Cool. So, despite your best efforts there, Tule, it seems as though Iskri is keeping. It seems relatively chill.
It's really not a big deal. I mean, just that wicked alone. Think about those scientific papers you could write off of what it uncovers.
Okay there, magic hands. You didn't need to convince me all that much, but you convinced me. Giving you a psych eval when we get back on the ship.
That convinced you?
Think of all the papers I can write.
Yeah. Yeah, oh joy.
Some of us are intelligent. That's all I'm saying.
So sorry. Give me a spot hidden for me, please.
Okay. Uh, 28. So that is a success.
As you're continuing to dig through and like you're taking in what is transpiring with your compatriots, also providing and gathering as much information as you can from the terminal in front of you, you spot something out of the corner of your eye, and it looks to be a figure that's in a stormtrooper outfit that is slowly, the shadow of it is what you see, but it's moving in a way that seems unnatural in the way that it's walking. The arm placement doesn't seem right. It doesn't even look like it's holding its blaster up at the ready, but it is making its way down the hallway in y'all's direction.
Is this like in a solid form, or is it like an apparition? Like what?
This is a solid form the shadow looks like it belongs to a solid form, yeah.
Okay. Okay, and can I direct everybody's attention to that? Because that's what I want to do. Yeah.
You can, absolutely you can.
Y'all, I think you need to look this way, because there's something coming.
I'm gonna hustle over there.
Is
My
it like
blaster
for real
raised.
this time?
I think it's for real. I don't think it's a vision.
Do I see it? I'm just presuming.
Ko, you as you get in the direction and you as you get to Sari and you look in the direction that they point out, your light will shine as this stormtrooper, half of its mask is broken, and you'll see what looks to be part of its face bitten off. Its arm busted and broken and has it at a unnatural angle, and it is limping over in y'all's direction. It makes eye contact with the light, and you'll hear it just like and start to expedite its movement over in your direction.
So anyway, I started blasting.
I'm hiding in the back. Not a fighter.
Go ahead and give me a firearms roll for me, please.
Okay, so this is my rifle, so I'm gonna use that one. Come on. 41.
Okay. And that is 41.
Yeah, my high's at 75.
Oh yeah, no. As it gets close, pop, 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 right through, and it goes down. And you hear as it very distinct clunk onto the floor.
All right, what the hell was that?
Yeah, whatever it was, it had half its face bitten off, and its arm looked like it was playing Face Twister.
Sorry, go check it out. Go do a science on it.
No.
I prefer to stay away from it, but I mean, it does look like it's down. I could take a look.
Okay. Do you go by yourself as my next question?
I'm definitely not gonna. I want to have Iskri come along. Come on, let's go.
Don't get too close. We don't know,
Okay.
what the outbreak is.
We'll cover it. Make sure nothing else comes down the hallway.
Yeah, I got you.
We'll check this one out and see what happens.
Okay. So, Tassara, what all are you looking to glean, and what all are you looking to do?
So, first thing I just want to make sure is, as I slowly walk up on it, is just want to make sure it's completely down, like it's not still animated. So I definitely want to check that, and then I just want to see if there's where the face was messed up. I just want to see if there's something else on the other side of the mask. Just get a better look at what's under the mask. Get more information.
Okay. Cool. You can go ahead and give me a biology check, and let me ask you one more question. Are you wearing gloves?
Yes.
What kind of gloves?
So I have a pair of leather gloves.
Okay, cool. Then go ahead and make your roll, and then on top of that, go ahead and make me a Constitution roll.
Okay. Oh, whew, okay. I got a 7 for the biology.
Okay.
So,
Alrighty.
Nice.
all right.
Then go ahead and give me that con roll.
Okay. Oh, that's a fail. 97.
Whoa.
Okay.
Ooh.
You have one more. What is it? There's one more redeem available for you, and that is to do the reroll. Unless one of our viewers would love to assist the rest of you guys in the rest of this journey, that will be the last redeem that you guys have available to you. So, would you like to use that now, or would you just take the fail?
I'm going to take the fail because I want to leave a redeem for somebody else. I already took a redeem, so.
Okay, no, that's fair. Cool. So, you go ahead and you pull the helmet off. Or actually, let me ask you this. How do you proceed with your investigation of the body itself?
So the first thing I do is I kind of just check to see if there's any, like, if the chest is moving up and down, if there's any type of, like, if it was breathing or just what could have caused it to animate. And then after I see that there's no movement, I do like a quick pulse check.
Mm-hmm.
And then that kind of assures me that I can move forward with the helmet.
Okay. You see that the chest isn't rising. You can feel that there is no blood, there is no pulse. You raise the glove, you raise the helmet off, and as you do, the head will come up, and as it comes off, it'll plunk right on down. As you kind of move the head around, you'll feel like the familiar feel of blood on your leather glove. As you take a look and check out the head, you'll see that this was a human at a human, and you'll see that at some point, and it suffered a rather substantial bite on their face. From what you can gather, this may not have necessarily been the killing blow to it, but this definitely was potentially a point of infection.
Okay.
No. This guy was dead. Why was he walking around?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, he was dead before you killed him, Ko.
Maybe have this conversation away from the body.
Hey, no, it's dead. Dead again.
What's stopping it
again
from come back again?
See what the doc said.
Okay, we can back away. No need in it reanimating itself. I guess it could be a possibility. So let's back up.
But it's got the bites. It's been bitten.
What would happen if you cut its head off? Do you think that would stop it from animating again?
You're the doctor.
I mean, it can't bite you if it's doesn't got a head.
Well, I know I'm the doctor. That's why I'm asking these questions. The human body, like, it doesn't operate without its head. I don't know if that also applies to the... I look down at the body. Dead again.
Saying we should cut the head off.
I don't know. It was just a suggestion. I just, if it got up and started walking around again looking like that, what's to stop it from doing it just because it got shot?
Do we have anything to cut the head off?
I'll pull my blaster and put one between its eyes.
That could work.
That should do it.
You do the bit where you shoot it and you manage to blast its head apart and detach it from the body. At this point, everybody go ahead and give me another listen roll, please.
No, that's a 70. I'm not hearing. I do not listen.
You are just focused on this. This is.
I think my brain is whirring trying to figure out the connection between the orchid and this dead body.
It's a 92.
Oof.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, 22 under 40.
And I'm over, so I too cannot listen.
These guys just
I will
going
say-
through it.
Come on, y'all. What's going on?
You start to Iskri, as this is all going on, you start to hear sounds of footsteps, and that same sound of just like but in multitudes starting to come from down the hallway. You can see that there, as you look in that direction, there's a lot of them coming your way. They're slow right now, but you feel a level of connection with them. And the voice pops in saying, "Find the others and set them free."
We got to get the hell out of here. This deck is clear. They are coming for us.
They?
They, a lot of them.
A lot. No hesitation.
I think we
Let's
should go.
We have to go now.
Let's go.
Yup.
Oh, if only. Oh, wow. If only someone had said that, I don't know, like 30 minutes ago.
Okay, once we get to the ship, we'll all pat you real nice and hard on the back, and we'll say you were so great.
Don't touch me. To the next level. To the next level. We still haven't found out what this thing is.
What do you mean the next level?
To the other lab, or the.
I don't think we need to go there.
Prisoner ward.
Why do we need to go to the prison ward? We've seen one.
Yeah.
We got the flower. We got the data from the bridge.
But what if
We're
there's someone
good.
still out there? What if there's someone still out there? We need to find the others and set them free.
Well, may
don't
the
think they're
force
here.
be with them.
That's not how the force works.
You said you haven't been trained it. How do you know how the force works?
I know what I know. You just can't
Yeah.
make force stuff up.
Mm-hmm. Well, you said the force is with all living things, so if they're alive on here, the force will be with them. Let's go. We won't be.
I'm ready to go. I've got everything I need, and I think Ko is right. We need to get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said there's multiple coming. It's time to go.
At this point, you will all be able to hear as the sound of the groaning and moaning and the whatever these are getting closer and closer to you. Ko, if you shine your light, you'll see that about 30 feet away from you, there are dozens upon dozens of these undead that are slowly coming your way, and they're in various levels of decay and have taken various levels of injury. And you'll see that some are stormtroopers, some are prisoners, some are Imperial military.
To the ship, to the ship, to the ship.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And yes.
Cool. You guys begin making your way as quickly as you can to the ship. If I can have you all give me a navigation roll for me, please. And
Oh no.
the big thing I need to know is, yeah, just give me a navigation roll, and then we'll see what
There's
happens.
no way
after
I make this.
Yeah.
My navigator's so low.
Yeah,
Why could I
that's a
use that?
fail, bro.
All
Fail for
come
me.
on.
98 over 10. So there's that.
Come on, baby, do the magic hand thing. What is this? What are you?
There was no way I was making this, so.
So close. I got a 12.
Oh,
And mine's a 10.
damn.
So, you are close enough that I can say that you can use your luck points to
That's
be
what
able
I'm
to
doing.
at least navigate the group in the direction that you would need to. But for my
Okay.
3 that failed, I'm going to go ahead and roll. Actually, yeah, no. If you want to use your luck, you can bump your luck down by the points necessary to meet that to meet your the skill level, the skill number for it, and then that would allow you to get the success.
Okay,
gonna use-
yeah, I'll do that.
I'm going to use my luck too. I got a 25, so I need 15.
You won't be able to use that because that is you can only use up to about 10 of your luck at one time to be able to do that. If it was like under that 10 or like around that, I would definitely say absolutely go for it. But it's a 15, so it's just like all right.
Oh, we have 2-player rerolls.
You do have
Can I
2-player
use a
reroll.
reroll? I haven't used anything yet.
You guys definitely can. And then if you want, whoever wants to use rerolls, you can go ahead and use rerolls. You have 2 of them available to you. Thank you to thanks to our amazing viewers tonight that are looking to help you guys escape from this. So
okay, how many luck points do we get to use at one time?
No more than 10 in one time.
Because I just rolled a 20 and my points are 10.
Nice.
Perfect.
Nice. Okay, cool. So, Iskri and Tasari, you are the only ones that failed, correct? Okay, cool.
Yes.
As you guys begin running and being quickly trying to get down to the next level, trying to get as close to the ship as you guys can, the chaos of everything kind of gets a little much. For you two in specific, you take a look back, continue running, take a look back, continue running as you all will hear the sound of the footsteps now starting to speed up to get to that of a run. A slow run, but it's a run coming after you guys right now, before suddenly I was going to roll but I was going to roll for this next one, but we have a GM auto fail, so this will fail as you are running on through, and Iskri, you are suddenly almost bodied and brought down as what looks to be an Imperial admiral will try and grab you and take you down. However, you manage to shake it off. As actually, we'll go ahead and do the roll. It'll still fail no matter what, but let's just for the sake of being able to see where, like, how we do, go ahead and roll me an opposing brawl check.
Yep, 75 over my 60, so that's not
Okay.
a fail.
So, yeah, no, I would have succeeded with a 1, but again, auto fail, and so this thing will try and grab onto you. You have enough of your nerve to feel as they try, and you garner what their intention of trying to do, which is feed. It's hungry. It sees you as a meal. And you are managing to force push, or however you want to divert it.
Did on top of me? I'm gonna say it like knocked me over. It's on top of me, and I'm just like, get off me!
Yep. And you shove it down, shove it as far away from you as you can, before you get back up. Everybody, you all hear as the scuffle happens and feel the force push of this creature trying to take down one of your own. But yeah, what do you guys like to do?
I want to shoot it in the head.
As it starts to come back up and get into like an attack or jump position, go ahead and roll me your firearms.
I want to look to see if Iskri is injured at all.
Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
I got a 39.
I'm also going to aim my blaster at it too.
Go ahead and roll for me. It'll be firearms. It'll be a firearms.
That's 35 under my 36.
Nice.
I got a 27. My firearms is 25.
Okay, if you want to succeed with the hit, you can drop down your luck points by enough to be able to pass. You both, what is it? The first shot from Ko lands just above its eye, and then as it's going down, you, Tasari managed to catch it right in the nose, essentially obliterating its head at that point, and the body will just go limp.
How
Doc,
far are
you
the
can
other
see-
ones?
They're about 40 feet and enclosing on you guys. Doc, you can take a quick scan to see that Iskri has not taken any sort of injury or any sort of damage.
Because we gathered that they transfer the infection by biting, right?
That's at least one way.
So just making sure there was no broken skin.
Doc, I'm fine. Back off.
Hey,
Well,
be
it's
nice
my
to the
job.
doc.
To get you out of here alive. So don't take that attitude with me.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah, you're alive.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna use one of my thermal detonators, and hopefully this doesn't backfire, and throw it into the crowd after waiting a few seconds.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell them to run.
You guys begin running, and Ko, you toss it over there, and as you do, about 10-15 of them get by before the detonation goes off, and you'll all will feel the rocking on the ship as the thermo grenade will go off, and you'll take out a good bit of them. But you'll now also hear as the alarms will go off, and suddenly you'll hear the shh as some of the emergency systems will go off to try and extinguish the fire. But you guys will continue on down to the next level. Go ahead as you go on through. Now you have a little bit of a difficulty with the fire system. To go ahead and give me another navigation roll.
This is gonna be terrible.
Ay.
85, absolutely not.
Yeah,
32. That's still a no.
96 over 10.
Oh,
82
32
over
over.
10.
32 over 10.
Okay. Then just a reminder, you guys do have, I think, if I'm reading that right, 4 player rerolls? No, 2
I
player
used
rerolls. Sorry.
one, so
Okay, so then 1 more player reroll, and the rest are disadvantages and rerolls for me. So, would you guys like to use one of those to at least be able to get the group going, or are you guys all going to accept the failure?
I'm gonna be real. There's like nothing. I mean, the odds are
I think-
not high at
yeah.
Yeah, we're all at 10, right? Yeah, no.
all. Never tell me the odds.
Yeah, they're bad.
Okay, cool. No, despite what the tech that you guys do have available to you guys get a little lost, but you somehow stumble upon the general lab, the general science lab. Along the way over there, you'll see that there's more blood and viscera scattered throughout these hallways as you are running and trying to get on through. You kick a leg, you step on something, but eventually you can take haven in a way inside of this lab. Ko, you take a quick look around, and first cursory glance, this seems quiet and empty as well. What would you guys like to do?
Are there any like blaster marks or scorch marks or anything like, or is it just, things were ripped to shreds and bitten in here?
In here, there's a couple more blaster scorch marks along the ceiling and on the walls. You can go take a more in-depth look, and you'll see that there are a couple scientists that seem to have blaster blaster marks on their chests, but no bite on them. But there are additionally terminals available to you guys if you want to try and pull more data from it. There are paperwork that is available to take a look through and research, but a lot of them are also blood splattered, and some of them are indistinguishable because of having stuff broken or them being ripped for some reason or another.
Since I have gloves on, I'll take a look at the papers. See if there's any information to salvage.
Okay, cool beans. What about you, Thule? Iskri, you as well. What do you look to do? And Ko, is there anything additional you would want to do?
I think I'm gonna look to see if there's any papers that don't have blood on them, that aren't torn. Like salvage what's salvageable first.
Okay.
I got this pit in my stomach. I don't know what it is. Just hurry up, please. Just hurry up.
Are you having visions again?
You don't know anything about this. What are you even talking about? Just do what you need to do.
I'm doing.
Why are you so on edge?
Yeah, you seem a little irritable.
Look at this place. This place is hell.
You, as you say, are the entrepreneur. I'm sure you've been in scrapes before, yet the doc and the scientist are keeping their calm a lot.
I've never been
more.
in an undead dreadnought.
None of us have, but you're snapping at people.
Give me a second. My stomach is killing me. I just need to focus. Okay, I need to just focus. Stop asking me questions.
I think at that point I'm gonna look at the other two like I'm worried about him. Not say that, but there's like a look in my eyes like sketch.
For Thule and Tasari, go ahead and give me a go ahead and give me spot hints for me to be able to see if you can find paperwork that would be of use. And then Ko, for you, as you kind of keep watch, I assume, is there anything you would like to do during this time too?
I would try and, I don't know if there's going to be a way for me to like stealthily poke my head out of the hallway and just kind of see if there are any nearby.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth roll then. And then for Iskri, if you can, as you try and focus and calm yourself, calm your nerves, you can give me a power roll for me to see if you can center yourself and maybe even tune in with the force to see what is going on.
That is a 58 under 70.
Nice.
I didn't pass my roll, by the way.
Okay.
I got 54 under 55.
Nice.
And I got a 61 over a 55.
If you would like to, you can definitely, you said 61 over 55.
Mm-hmm.
You can use luck points to get that down. Yeah.
I definitely will.
Okay. As I'll put it in sequence like this. So for Tasari and Thule, you probably have a little bit more focus on making sure that Iskri is okay.
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of my concern is right now. I also don't have gloves, so I'm not like rifling through trying to find things. I'm just...
For sure. But for the sorry, some of the things that you would be able to pull out as from the information that you see laid about. So this Imperial dreadnought is part of the Empire's Imperial Military Department of Advanced Weapons Research. That's on the top of the head. You will see that there are information that is doing a side-by-side comparison as to what they're seeing in some of their other test sites over in Dandarin, and seeing how they're matching up, seeing which variants and what strands that they're utilizing here on the Revenant is comparing to what they're seeing in Dandarin. And you're noticing that the strand here is a lot more volatile, but it's a lot more it has the ability to be able to resurrect beings at a faster rate than what they are seeing over at Dandaran. And however, unlike what they're seeing over there, these continue to retain their ferociousness, their desire for trying to attack still seems to grow every time that they try and mess with the strands that they're experimenting on. So these are one of the things you'll also know too is that they are with some of the different strands that they're utilizing. Some of them are experiencing superhuman strength, speed, as well as a variety of different ways to show like it's empowering the infected.
Okay.
For Ko, you pop your head, you take a look, you listen. You don't see anything. The fire system is no longer activated, so the mist is clearing. You shine your lights down, you don't see anything. Both ways, nothing. You're picking up, you have your ear listening, but you don't hear anything. It's quiet right now. You can't tell if it's quieter than what it should be, but it's at least quieter than what you had at the other level.
All right, I'm going to go back and report that to the group. You know, we're alone up here for now. Best
Who
that
knows
I
for
can
how
surmise.
long.
Yeah, so we need to move on.
Did you get anything, Vasari?
Yeah, so I found out we're dealing with a pretty intense strain, and our intuition in basically blowing their heads off was the right move. We need to make sure they are not connected to their bodies.
Good call, Doc.
Iskri, what did you make on your power roll?
What did I say? 58 under 70.
Nice. You managed to center yourself and calm yourself down as much as you can, but the voice that you heard earlier is still repeating itself. Find the others and set them free. Find the others and set them free.
I take a couple of deep breaths. I just repeat a mantra in my head. I'm like, okay, there is no light, there is no dark. There's only the force. And I just repeat that a couple times, just kind of trying to find my center.
Mm-hmm. As you reach that center, one of the things that you will pick up on is that with that voice, there is that sense of hunger again. That desire to eat something. You probably ate beforehand. And in high stress situations, you don't feel hungry. You shouldn't feel hungry. In fact, when did this hunger start to really intensify?
I think it's after the flower. After I connected with the flower, and as my stomach started to hurt. Normally, it's like just that pit feeling of kind of emptiness of me struggling internally, but this is now a little bit different. I'm like hungry. Hangry. Like I'm hangry, you know what I mean? Like I just need a snack, but I don't think there's anything that I can eat right now that can fill me.
Is it really you that's hungry?
I think as I center myself, it feels so disconnected from me. It feels like a draw, like a pull, like something that's trying to. It's that constant voice echoing in my head, and I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's the voice. I don't even know where the voice is really even coming from at this point.
Okay.
But I can feel the hunger coming from everywhere in the ship almost.
You do manage to push that feeling down, but it's still kind of gnawing at you. The feeling of being hangry is repressed for the moment. As you make those connections, you hear what Tasari had said. You hear what Ko had mentioned earlier with things being all clear so far. And as you open your eyes, what do you guys want to do next?
I think we have what we need to get out of here.
I agree.
Before it starts. Well, I'm a little nervous, that's all.
We got plenty of information. We've seen a lot. We can report it back. Well, let's go.
Yeah.
Isn't this find is wild though, right? I mean, we were hoping to find the cure, but I mean, they found the cure for death. They could lose an army and have it come right back up. Even an enemy army can resurrect and disrupt the whole planet. I mean, this.
I don't know if this is much of a cure of death as it is a perversion of it. There's no honor in this.
One way of looking at it, from one perspective, from a certain perspective.
Well, these people are victims. They have no peace.
You're definitely right. I can feel them. I can sense them. I can feel the hunger.
You're not hungry, are you?
Just my stomach hurts, you know. But it's not hunger. It's fine. It's fine. Listen, like I think we've got pretty much what we need. Like we can still make a good chunk of change from this whole adventure we've had.
Yeah, I'm not worried about credits. I'm worried about survival.
I mean, what's survival without fat pockets? You know what I mean? Come on.
Not gonna die in pursuit of credits. Let's go.
If you die rich, you still die.
Can't take you with you.
That's
Then
not how the
you
Force works, guys. Come on.
We're not
even talking about the Force
anymore.
No, sorry.
I'm thinking you don't even know how the Force works.
No, it's a mystery. Nobody really knows.
Yeah, okay, that sounds like a cop-out.
That's what they
I say we leave. I say we go. We got what we need. Let's get out of here. before
I
they
agree.
come here.
Cool. With that being said, everybody go ahead and roll me another navigation check for me, please.
No
I mean, everyone fail another navigation
No
check.
more.
No.
Please.
We shouldn't have lost the navigator on that one mission.
I know. We should have brought that
Yeah.
droid.
Dear God, a 57 over 10.
45
89.
over 10.
89 over 10.
You know, wait.
I got a 3.
Hey! That's the force.
I was about to use my reroll, just risk it.
That's how the force works, baby.
See, the force is mysterious.
I will say, you guys will manage to, because of that 3, holy shit, you will manage to get through about 2 levels without incident. You will hear as the undead, quote unquote, will make way and make chase after you guys, but they manage to not capture you guys as you go from one level to the other, and you kind of block things off to where like they're not able to chase you, or if they are still chasing you, you've delayed them enough that you guys are not having to worry about that group just yet. There are some that do try and ambush you, but you manage to again avoid them. And you get close to the bay. From the bay, you can hear that from the hallway down that leads you to the bay, there is what sounds to be like blasters going off.
Can we communicate with the
And
ship?
You guys can?
Can we check in with our transport guy?
Captain Ramos.
Yeah, Captain Ramos.
Okay. Who is reaching out to him?
Probably me.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
our point person.
Coat, you reach out to him, and immediately you're met back with, "Holy shit, you guys are alive! I was about to start taking off. Shit's getting real down here."
What do you mean it's getting real down here? What's happening?
I don't know what the hell is going on here, but there are people out here, and they don't seem to be dying very easily. So, get onto the ship as quickly as you can, or I'm leaving without you.
Aim for the head.
Aim for the head. Got it. Yeah.
Yes.
No, you still need to make your way through whatever it is. I count about at least 30 of these motherfuckers out here, and out of our small team of like 15, I'm already down to like 6. So hurry up,
Lord.
or I'm leaving.
We're on our way.
Click.
This is why we leave when I say we leave.
Okay, we're leaving.
As you guys make your way over there, go ahead and give me a listen roll. This one's going to be at half because there's a lot of noise going on right now.
Feed me,
Those are
Seymour.
impossible.
Feed me all night long. I'll take it. 12 under 19.
Okay. 12 under 19.
33 over 12.
Oh, I got an 8.
Okay.
You are
Okay.
fucking killing it. Let's
Coming in
go.
clutch.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Coming in clutch, baby. Let's do it.
20 on 20.
Okay.
You said 20 out of 20?
20 on 20, yeah. My
20 on 20.
Half listeners 20, rolls 20.
As you guys are making your way down the hallway, you hear something above you. You can tell, you can take a look up, and you can hear like there's banging coming from the ceiling above you guys. You try and get through as quickly as you can. However, there's a lot of noise going on right now. Thule, you can't really pick up exactly where that banging's coming from. And so while you get through as quickly as you can, as right at the point of where you're crossing, the ceiling collapses. And I am going to ask you to make an opposing brawl check for me.
Oh, me?
Oh boy.
Me?
Yes. Yes, and I will take the GM disadvantage die, so I will roll that twice, and I'll take the higher of the two numbers. Also, shout out to our raiders coming in. Appreciate you all joining us for this the conclusion to this this scenario tonight.
I'm
Do
gonna
we have
use
a
8
lost
points
arc?
of luck to get to my target number.
You don't need to do that. It's an opposing one, so you're going against what
Okay.
I'm rolling.
Okay,
The first one was
33.
going to. The first one was a 51, and then the second one is a 91. So you manage to. It manages to fall on you, but you shove it away as quickly as you can. For everybody behind, you can turn around and see as Thule is brought down by this this stormtrooper, and you see as they manage to kick them away, and as this thing kind of like falls back, it quickly gets back up, and you can see as it's like heavily breathing, if you will, before it suddenly starts to sprint right back at them.
No, I'm getting.
I'm gonna
Wait for me.
I'm gonna aim for its head.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a firearms check at half.
All right. I'm gonna take my re-roll. I got a 65 over 37, so let me take
right.
my re-roll. Cool, 22.
Okay.
Nice.
That you managed to shoot it dead and mid sprint right before it's about to like get back on, like get onto you. Thule, the blast goes right by you, lands perfectly as the body just goes limp.
Thank you.
Thank me on the ship. Let's go.
Yep.
Cool. You guys head on through. You'll see that there are an impossible amount. Well, not an impossible. There's about 30 of them, as Captain Ramos had said, that are surrounding the ship. The doors are not. The hatch isn't opened. Is not open. It's still up. But you'll see as like the small group of soldiers that were with you guys are doing their best to clear them out, but their numbers are dwindling. They're down to now 5 at the moment. How do you guys want to attempt to try and get into the ship at this point? You guys are on another level, but all you need to take is a staircase down, get past the horde to get onto the ship.
Are there boxes that we could like climb over or use for cover, like crates? Or I think there are other ships here, right? Like, is there something we can use for cover?
For a second, I thought you were gonna suggest that we solid snake it. The box.
That was an idea.
Do you have any more explosives?
I do.
Oh,
What if, big boom in the horde?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I just want to
Just
get
to clear us a path.
Yeah, I just want to get into a position where we can maximize this while we escape. So, like, you gotta really be ready to book it, and maybe Iskri, you can, use the force to sort of guide them into the right position for maximum damage.
Teamwork. I like it.
Okay. So, I will ask, Iskri, if you want to try and use the Force in this manner, go ahead. If you have an ability already listed on there, go ahead and roll for that ability. For everybody else, as far as like using using the cover that you guys have, you guys can make stealth rolls to be able to position yourselves to be able to to get into those positions that you guys need without being seen by the horde.
Don't fail me now.
32 over 20.
25 under 55.
20 under 21.
So just me.
Nice. Okay. One failure. Iskri, what did your roll come out to be?
61 under 70.
Nice. Okay, cool. So, how do you guys envision this happening is my next question.
I would think since I'm stealth, I'm behind cover, I would click the thermal detonators and sort of roll them under their feet. Like I would do one a little bit harder to get a little bit further in the horde, and one a little bit softer, so it kind of covers a good spread.
Okay.
I think if there's crates around, I'm really gonna struggle with this because it's not my strong suit. But I'm gonna try and use some of the crates to bunch up any kind of outlying creatures. Kind of put them all in spots with the thermal detonator will have the maximum effectiveness.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. How about you? As this is all going through, what are you looking to do yourself besides get into position, get stealth?
Yeah, Tasari is just kind of she's kind of trying to wish herself smaller than she is. So she's very much in her head right now. She's not, she knows what's happening, but she's not processing it very well. So she's kind of hiding behind everybody else and just praying for a miracle.
Okay. Then, for Thule, you don't hide yourself as well as you think you do.
Nope.
Go ahead and what is it? We are going to do opposing dex rolls.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and use my GM reroll because I do have one of those.
No, never.
I mean, you don't really need to. You're probably going to beat me anyway. Nice knowing y'all.
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
84.
Oh, I really didn't need to, but I took it anyway.
No, you
That's a 20.
didn't.
I rolled a 71. That's why I was just like, oh shit. Okay, well, but I used it anyway. So,
You're all
sorry,
welcome. Down a reroll.
There's a lot going on, and so you are focused on this, waiting for that opportunity to be able to dive right into that ship as soon as you get that chance. The blasts go off. You'll see as Iskri uses the force in bringing those extra boxes to be able to help take out as much of them as you can, but you suddenly feel as something turns you around and then bites into you. You let out a scream, and everybody else can see as a stormtrooper is biting into them. Thule, you can do an opposing brawl to see if you can get them off, or I leave it up to you as to how you would want to react in this case.
I do think I am going to attempt to push them off me. It's not going to succeed, though. So, I think I'm too shocked.
Okay.
I think there's also a moment of clarity where I realize that because I've been bitten, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I have that very mortal desire to survive, I see a moment in my future where my compatriots know what the end is for me. So I do fight it,
Mm-hmm.
but with a sense of defeat. Because it's either it ends here or they end it for me.
Do you say anything to your compatriots besides the scream?
Hope.
As the blasts go off, you see as your plan succeeds, but as you guys begin running over to get to the ship, the hole opens up to allow you guys to enter, and then you hear the scream. And then you turn to see as Thule is being bitten and being attacked by this stormtrooper. As they yell out their last word, how do you all react?
No.
Sorry. I'm gonna yell, "Get on the ship," and then I'm gonna shoot at the stormtrooper.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for me, please.
$49.
Your shot rings true as it's biting into you, and then suddenly the jaws relax. The jaws relax, and then the body goes limp over you, and blood just starts dripping from the point of injury. As you reach over, you can feel it, and you can see your hand is covered. Delay. What would you do?
I think that I gesture to Tasari to throw me the gun. I've never used a gun, but what are you gonna do? I think I gesture for her to throw me the gun, and then to everyone else go, get out of here. Just go. You have what you need, just go.
Sorry, do you toss the weapon over to them?
I get ready to, but I say, well, what are you thinking? Because I still want to hope that there's something that can be done. So
There's
I
no
just ask.
cure. Vasari, I'm just gonna become like one of them.
Where
I'm
did
gonna
they get
become
bit?
like that.
Where did they get bit? Oh, on the neck. Oh.
Whatever
yeah.
it is, it's in my blood now.
Are there any other stormtroopers nearby?
There are still some laying around out. There are still some out there, but right now the other fighters that are down to 4 are trying to take care of them, buying you guys time. But the more you talk, the more that there are others that are coming in and flooding in.
I'm gonna yell, "Get on the ship!" To Iskri and Tasari, and then I'm gonna take aim at the dock because I don't want them to see this, nor do I want them to have to be a part of it.
Discreet.
Co, it's okay.
and-
Co, it's okay. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna write, when I go through it, I'm gonna write down all that happens. And then, maybe, I don't know, I'll learn something. And then, I'll end it. And it'll be over. But not before I've learned something first. But that doesn't matter for all of you. You can just go. Just get out of here now. The more you talk, the more time you waste. Just get out of here.
Okay, do we know how long it takes until it takes effect? Like, do we even know how long we may potentially have before it takes over?
And notes
From the research, you found that there are varying levels, some within seconds, others within minutes, some within hours.
Okay.
It's fast enough that there were no escape pods. Like, no one could escape.
True. Okay. Well, Tasari will toss her the gun, and then I'm also gonna toss her my communication watch device to pitch so that she can still communicate with us. I don't know if that helps.
I'm gonna put on the watch.
Put on the watch. You get handed the blaster, if I'm not mistaken. I heard that correctly?
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of you get onto the ship. As you do, the others will follow along, and you will watch as the transport ship you guys were on will lift up, back out, and then watch as it goes away. There are other undead that are coming in. You manage to find a room and sit there, block it, and hold yourself up in there. You establish comms with Tasari, and you begin to clock your experience as this goes on. Captain Ramos will get you guys the hell out of there as quickly as possible as you try and make sense of whatever just happened. And the camera will follow as your ship will take off, and it'll go off screen before it'll move to the back and see that there is another Imperial Dreadnought that will come into view. Your ship will be on the screen, and a familiar voice will pop in to everybody who is watching. It is the voice of Darth Vader, as he is asking for a status report as to everything that had happened, Revenant, to clock and analog and understand how this virus has done in this experiment. He'll be given the information. And just before the ship carrying our players heads too far off, he will say, "Get rid of the evidence and send all the data over to Dondarin so we can replicate and hopefully deal with the aggressiveness." They will salute, and you will all watch as the weapons master will begin getting everything prepped up to take out your ship. That's where we're going to end today's session. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you for being with us as we tell this story. I want to just reiterate to everybody, thank you all for everybody who had tuned in and to donated for tonight. Remember, it's all going to an amazing cause. So we have a couple more days of this. So please stay tuned, continue watching, continue if you're able to donate. Donate, help out the players for all the other sessions. But for tonight, thank you for providing assistance and helping tell this story. With that being said, we are going to go into we'll do outros for our players, and we'll go ahead and start with Nick, who played our doctor. Nick, go ahead, tell us who you are, who you played, and where we can find you.
Hi, I'm Nick. I played Dule, the doctor. Rest in many pieces. You can find me on Blue Sky at Denutke, that's TENUTKE, at bsky.social, where I am posting about any projects that I may be a part of.
Okay. Kristen, if you can, tell us who you are, who you played, and where we can find you.
Yeah, so I'm Kristen. I played the scientist Tasari Vale tonight. You can also find me on Blue Sky at Kristen Quip, KRISTINQUIP.
Coolness. Chris, tell us who you are and where we can find you.
My name is Chris, aka Star Wars Lawyer. You can find me at Star Wars Lawyer on all the things except for Twitter. I left that hellhole. But yeah, I played Cole Ilian the Soldier.
Hell yeah. And then Mark, tell us who you are, who you played, and where we can find you.
Hey everybody, it's again your 41-year-old non-binary boy Mark J. It's been a pleasure. I've been Escli Venethas, the force-sensitive kind of roguish character. It's been a blast. You can find me doing cool stuff on Apochromatic Unlimited. Check us out on Blue Sky. There's Apochromatic Unlimited. I'm sorry that my brief attunement with the dark side allowed Vader to track us down that much easier. My bad.
Dang it was your fault.
Partially, yeah.
And then yeah, I am your lore keeper for this evening. I am GM Justin. You can find me on all my socials at Forever GM Justin. You can also find me over at Roll D5, where we specialize in playing indie TTRPGs. Stay tuned. We are about to go ahead and raid out our friend Maz, who is doing their stream right now. So stay tuned. Let's see what they're getting into. With that, we are signing out for the evening. So thank you very much again. Stay safe, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.